There is some time traveling shenanigans in this one, and I'm going to be like Lucille Ball, because I got some explaining to do. My name is Dorian, this is SCM Comics. We continue our coverage of X-Force, number 7. Our story starts off in the Blackbird, where you have Tank playing chess with a computer, and he's beating him. You got Forge in his little VR simulator, and you got Betsy and Rachel in a simulator of their own. They're in Betsy's mindscape. And the reason why Betsy made this is because she says she wants to get Rachel back healthy again after what Charles did to her. Now, if you're a fan of the channel, then you know exactly what we're talking about. We're talking about Rise of the Power of X, number 3. Link to the playlist will be in the description because I freaked out when that happened. Kind of over freaked out. Not gonna lie. Now, I guess you could say he had a good reason to do it because he needed to get Rachel in the white hot room, and that was the only way to do it. And the 5 did bring her back. That's why I'm wondering, like, what do you mean, like, she's not whole because the 5 brought her back? But then Rachel's even like, but I got better. It's sort of a family tradition. And then Betsy's like, no, it's a Phoenix tradition. And Jean took the Phoenix all to herself. If you don't know what's going on in Phoenix, link to the playlist will be in the description too. But then they're visited by Rachel that's from the past. She's so back from the past that she still thinks that Betsy might be in Psylocke's body. Like, that was a while ago. But then Betsy's like, nope, this is me, original recipe. And we're starting to see some fractures in the new Rachel's body. And now we see a whole bunch of Rachels from a whole different bunch of timelines, with the end one being Mother Ascani. That's like her final form, I guess you could say. And now I know I have some explaining to do. For those of you who don't know, Rachel started off in the Days of Future Past timeline. She is the daughter of Jean and Scott. When the X-Men did what they needed to do to try to prevent that timeline, it still happened. It just became an alternate reality. And then that's when Rachel became like her brother Cable and started bouncing around the timeline. And in that aspect, she's almost like Kane the Conqueror or like Reverse Flash. Like, she's kind of effectively immortal because even if you kill one version in one timeline, there's always a version of her in the timeline, so she can always come back. And if you guys remember watching Loki, then He Who Remains was Kane the Conqueror's final form. Mother Ascani is like He Who Remains. This is Rachel's final form. And when the 5 brought her back, I'm guessing, this is only a guess, that because she's from like an alternate reality, that they kind of left out some stuff or didn't do stuff properly. That's why her past selves are there to fix whatever they didn't do. So her past and future selves are circled around her and are doing what they need to do to fix her, when all of a sudden 3 of them have like these weird emblems over their head. So you know what that means. That's right, Diabla's here. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. The she-devil. She gets rid of just about all of them, except for Mother Ascani, which she starts to get rid of. What trips me out is Mother Ascani says, I don't remember this, which is crazy because that's her like future final form. So this is crazy. Everything's being rewritten, I guess. It's very confusing. So Betsy and Rachel go to attack her, and she does the same thing to them, just put the emblem over their head. So she pretty much got them hemmed up. And she is jumping from English to Spanish. Like, she got me confused. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So she gets rid of Betsy because she wants to just deal with Rachel. So then Betsy's back in her normal body. Forge and Tank, or outside, not outside, to her normal reality, waiting on her. And all of a sudden, Betsy's like, some bitch has Rachel. And Forge's like, I know. They call her a she-devil. Well, Diabla, but yeah, same thing. So Betsy tries to get through the barrier, but she can't. And she's like, well, what the hell do I do? Like, what is this? And Forge's like, she's an alchemist, so this is alchemy. So it's not a mutant power, or it's not magic, or it's not even science. It's like a combination of all 3, you could say. So Betsy's like, well, what the hell are we going to do then? And then Forge is like, Sage hates magic, and so do I. But when I was younger, I was training to be my tribe's next shaman. But I ran from it because I didn't want anything to do with it because it kind of clashed with my mutant ability. But then I ran into the Kawazi tribe. Hope I pronounced that right. Small tribe in Arizona. And they had a little knack for technology. And they showed me how to balance my spiritual side and my mutant ability as he busts out this very robotic dream catcher. So then we cut back into the mindscape, and you have Diabla, and she's monologuing to herself like all villains do. But all of a sudden, all you hear is, "Hello. Remember what I said about my sword in your gut?" Because before Diabla made her disappear the first time, BETSY did tell her that she was going to put her sword in her gut. So, not to be a liar, that's what's happening right now. Her sword in her gut. More like her chest, but semantics. Somehow, some way, this didn't kill her astral form, and then BETSY cuts off her arm for good measure. So Diabla's like, how'd you do this? And then Ford shows up behind her and is like, "Oh, tribal alchemy, huh? Maybe you are the one." But now BETSY is done playing and sends her on her way. So Rachel feels like she's about to blow up, and she's telling them to get out of here and get like the others that are outside of here away so she doesn't kill anybody. And then BETSY tells her to calm down with her silly self. She flies up and she's kissing her, and then we go to outside the mindscape and the same thing's happening. Then Tank comes out of nowhere, grabs them both, and is like, "I'm so pleased you guys aren't dead." So then Forge is like pissed at him, and they're like, "Why are you mad?" And he was like, "You guys should have told me that Rachel couldn't regulate her power because her suit does that for her." As he reaches over and presses the button, I was like, "See, now her power will be regulated and she'll be fine." But then there's an explosion, and all you hear is, "Hello, my little friends. I hope you guys are happy to see me because it's time to die." As we see, it's Colossus.